Welcome to JAR Region Session 4. For today's lesson, you're going to need your volunteer guidebook, the student table tents that you should have collected back from earlier sessions. You're going to need your problem-solving bookmark and the on-screen presentation. Remember, for the on-screen presentation, you can work with your teacher to see if they can set it up prior to you getting into the classroom, or if you need to come a few minutes early so you can set it up yourself. Today's lesson is all about learning how life sometimes can throw you curveballs and how we get to problem solve when that happens. The first thing we're going to do is have students get out of their seats and get that blood pumping a little bit. This activity can be a little easy for students. It asks the students to stand on one foot and hold the position for 10 seconds. Then it has them close their eyes and do it. I like to make it a little more challenging, and I like to see if they can pat their head while rubbing their belly. It just makes it a little more silly and fun, and we have noted that balancing is easy for a lot of the students, so we like to make it a little more challenging. They're also going to go to the other side, so feel free to have them pat their head and rub their belly again on the other side. Then we're going to talk about what is it like when you are faced with a problem. How do you make a good decision on what to do? We're going to go through the steps, how we describe the problem, then we need to brainstorm possible solutions. We need to make a list of risks and rewards of each solution, and then we need to weigh the decision, and then we need to make the decision. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and that is on their problem-solving bookmark. Then we're going to go over some vocab words. Again, for this, I would invite 2 students to the board to be my vocab experts. I would ask one student what they think risk means. I would have them give a definition, and then they can click the board to reveal what it means. I would then have the other student define what they think a reward is, and then have them click to show the definition. We are faced with a big problem in today's activity. So we just spent the last lesson being entrepreneurs of a hot dog stand game. However, this lesson, our hot dogs are not going to be delivered to us. So what are we going to do? We've defined our problem that our hot dog stand supplier is unable to deliver our hot dogs. Now we need to brainstorm. If you click this second box, there will be solutions in there. However, I do like to have the students brainstorm themselves first, so they know the problem, get together in groups or with a partner and brainstorm. What do we think we can do? They might come up with some of the solutions that this program gives us, but they might come up with other things, which is really fun as well. Once you give them the opportunity to talk about how they would solve the problem, I like to go over what this program says. So our solution 1 is to sell all natural turkey hot dogs. We could give the customers a coupon, or we could close our stand until we find a new supplier. So each solution is going to have some risks and rewards. So I would pick a solution and have the students brainstorm risks and rewards for that solution. We're going to go through all 3 of them. So there's obviously risks and rewards to everything. I wouldn't have the students write down all these words. It's a lot, and they don't have the capacity or time for that. So what I would do is I would have them write down like a word. So for brainstorm, I'd have them write down like turkey hot dogs, or solution 2, coupon, or 3, or solution 3, close down, something like that. Risk and rewards is the same. So for solution 1, risk, we're gonna say might stop coming. Smaller words, that's going to be easier for them to write because there's just not a lot of room on the bookmark to write everything. Then if they came up with their own solution, have them brainstorm risks and rewards for that as well. It's not going to be on the on-screen presentation, but it's really fun to see how creative the students can be. Then you're going to weigh the decision, and then we're going to vote as a class to make the decision of what we should do. If we all were running the hot dog stand, do we think we should close down, give a coupon? Do we think we should sell turkey hot dogs? Or do we think we should go with maybe a different idea that one of the students came up with? Once you're done with the activity, and again, students will need a writing utensil to fill out all of their bookmark. Then we're going to go through just a few more vocab words. So I'd call a student to the board and have them describe what they think price means and supply means. And then we're going to have a different activity where we are not owners of a hot dog stand anymore, but we are owners of a lemonade stand. Now, there's a few different ways to play this game, and they are written in the blue text box at the beginning of the session. This is just our tips. You can definitely do it however you want. But what I like to do is I like to make it kind of a challenge and kind of like a game show. I would split the students into two groups, group 1 and group 2. And we would talk about how if we have to change the price, what does that look like? So our lemonade stand, does not, our truck broke down and we cannot get lemonade. So how are we going to solve this problem? So then we'd go to change the price. So we could change the price. I'd have group 1 come up and click on this. So fewer lemons equals big price increase. The new price is $5. So we used to sell our lemonade for $3.50. Now we're going to sell it for $5. Then I would ask the students, group 1, what do you think will happen? Is our production going to go up? Are we going to have more customers, or are we going to lose customers? Is it going to go down, and why? Then I would click on this, what do you think will happen, once they've given their answer? And it says lemonade profits will fall. You lose customers to the corner store. So if they said that our profits will fall, I would give them a point on the board, and I would just keep score on the board. Then I would go to group 2. We'd still on change the price. Click on 2. It says buy lemons from new supplier. Increase price 10%. What do you think will happen? So again, I'm going to talk to the students. Do we think we'll gain people or lose people? I'd click on it. Lemonade profits fall a bit, but loyal customers still buy our drinks. So if they said that profits might fall a little bit, I would give them a point. Again, this is a little bit to your discretion as well, since not everything's black and white, etc. Then I would go back to team 1. I would go to change the advertising, click on number 1. Again, I would read it, ask them what they think, and then click on this. If they get it right, they get a point. If they don't get a point. And then there might be a tie since there's only 3 questions each. So you just have to maybe be expecting that. However, hopefully one team will end up winning, and then you guys can celebrate that. So it just changes it up a little bit versus going through the exact same process you just went through. Once you're done with that, you're just going to wrap up the lesson and really ask the students what key points they're taking away from the lesson. If you have time, there's always the extended learning opportunities at the end that you can showcase. I hope you enjoy session 4 of JAR Region.